I want you to imagine a scenario. Your child is now at the age that they're starting to learn how to drive. You bring them to their first in car. You get in the car. They're in the driver's seat. Maybe you're in the back, and there's an instructor in the passenger seat right beside them. As they get ready to start the car, I want you to imagine a situation where all of a sudden both the instructor sitting next to them and then you as the back as a parent started quickly barking instructions. Turn the key, put your hands here, make sure you're looking at all your mirrors, and there's constantly a barrage of information coming at them at a high volume as well, constantly as they're driving. How comfortable do you think that new driver is going to feel behind the wheel? Do you imagine that scenario? Could you imagine that ever being acceptable, or what anyone would do to a new driver as they get behind the wheel? That both somebody sitting behind them and then somebody sitting beside them, their instructor and their parents, yelling at them as they're yelling at them instructions as they're trying to learn how to drive. I bring that scenario up because this is not much different than players on the soccer field. They're all brand new drivers to the game, especially our youngest players. Those players starting at U8, U9, U10 age groups. They are new drivers to the game of soccer. So can you picture what it's like for them if they're on the field and people are constantly barking instructions at them and screaming at them what to do? How comfortable do you think they're going to feel on the field? How much do you think they're actually learning? And most importantly, how much do you think they'll want to come back and play again? Just like if you stepped in the car for the first time and you're learning to drive and you're that student behind the wheel, and before you even start the key, there's yelling at you instructions, you're probably not want to get back in the car again, regardless of how much you wanted to drive. We have to make sure we're not doing that to kids on the soccer field when they are learning how to drive on the soccer field. That's what they're doing. They're new drivers. They're new to the game. Of course they're going to get things wrong. Of course they're not going to get information. Now, do we give them instructions? Do we help them learn? Absolutely, but in the right way. So with that new driver, think about how you would expect an instructor or a parent to help a new driver learn to drive a car. All the nerves that must be going through that person who's new, sitting behind the wheel, holding the wheel, excited about driving, but so unsure, nervous. How do we teach them? In that moment, what do you think the best way is to relay information? That is probably exactly how we need to be doing it on the soccer field as well with our new drivers, our young players.